Okay, so back again. More of you return, then then hopefully we'll see if if it works better for you guys now. It's trying to just set this up for the first time, so there's going to be a few teething problems. I can barely hear the game. I think that's the big problem for me, is I can barely hear it. Can you guys? Okay, should be better now. You guys getting a better stream? Hello there. Good to have people commenting. So here we're looking at the replays. Obviously, yeah, they've got, I mean, sharper textures, lots more detail there, more texture detail all round, and generally more detail on the cars and the LODs. I think I'm going to say this on my video, and there's only like 2 people watching or something, but I kind of wish they had gone for 60 frames per second in these replays. I'm going to say that on my main video, just repeat myself. Hello viewers. But overall, I mean, it's Forza Motorsport, isn't it? It's turn 10, it's a nice looking game. And I'm just looking to see your chat, which I've got over there. And then we'll go into it, but replay wise, always nice. Not blowing my socks off, nice, but nice. I'll certainly be happy with 60 frames. Right, let's get out of that. What's the next race? I have no idea, I've just hit the button now. 20 viewers now, well, including me, I think that is. 19 people watching this stream. This is amazing. Prague, there we are, my happy driver. Indianapolis. Oh, that's quite a boring circuit, isn't it? Can we change that? Let's change it. Let's see if we can change it. What have we got here? Something. I want something that looks nice in terms of environmental detail. Maple Valley. Let's have a look at Maple Valley. Yeah, because it's got nice coloured trees, so at least we have nice textures. Yeah, sure. I mean, I'm going to try some different games, guys. I mean, literally, I'm on this, and then I'm going to try some of the others. So, literally, do this race, and then I'm going to jump on to, I guess, a bit of Project Cars. We'll see what that's like, and then some other stuff as well. That's non-racing as well, because I want to try some non-racing games. And then I'll go into. Come on, load, come on. Let's see now. See how we get on. Apologies if you're hearing bangs through my headphones. There are lots of fireworks going on behind me, or outside. You know, essentially, there's a war zone of fireworks outside. Here we are, Maple Valley. Again, more detailed textures, stuff like that. Let's go into it to see me being rubbish. As a steering wheel, we'll just ignore that because we're using the controller today. I feel like Max Verstappen here going inside Raikkonen. No room, using all the track. There we are. Oh goodness, bit of sunlight there, we're getting some God rays, getting pushed off. There we are, it's not the same, is it? It's Herman Tilkt, all wide, look at it. Run all these cars around it. Goodness. Not what it was, but then what is? Let's see, get out my way. So there is, you see improved detail on the car models there, looking nice. I'm getting rear-ended. That's it. Gets it together. This car's got some welly. Come on, stay in fourth. I don't know where the braking points are here, so that guy was braking way early for that corner. Nice detail though. Look at that, lovely. Close up on these guys. Nice detail as well. Sometimes you just want to sort of hover behind the other cars for a moment so you can get a good look at them. This was always a great corner on the first Forza actually. It really takes incredible speed once you've got your head around it. Throw the car into it. That all wrong there, but it doesn't matter. Just see if we can stretch our legs a bit now. We'll have a look at that in a moment. Yep, Project Cars 2 is coming up in a moment. I'm just cruising around this because you need a bit more time just to get used to this really, and I can't hear my car very well. And all that. Feels like a long race. Car. So again, you've got a dashboard there with, you can see there very low res dials. That's something which as I mentioned before, does sort of stand out quite a bit when you're running it in 4K. I don't know if there's going to be another patch to look at some of that. About some of these cars, you know, you want to go quicker, but they sort of understeer a bit, and then when they start to lose it, you really lost it. Like there, you know, you end up completely in the wrong gear. End over the line. So, let's see what we got there. Yeah, I won't be able to play F1 2017 today. I will try it. As I say, I've got it here. I've just got to install the updates. One thing to point out is that when you get your Xbox One X, there are lots and lots of updates. So you've got, like, you know, probably 100 gig of downloads of your games just before you even start. Okay, so that's a bit of Forza. We'll take a look at something else. Now, that's that. So if we just get out, can we get out of that for a second? Let's just go to apps and games. Now, here you've got this tab here, Xbox One X Enhanced Games. So you can see the ones that are all enhanced at the moment. So obviously we've got the enhanced. You can see these two, look at them, weighing in at over 100 gig. I mean, there you go, 300 gig just of those 3 games. Let's see. I'm surprised actually, I thought Halo Wars was going to be bigger with all the extra attachments to it. And of course we've got the Halo 3, which has improved resolution now. I've got to check that out on the 4K as well. So I'm going to go into Project Cars 2 and we'll just take a little look at this. Now obviously running in 1080p mode, it depends whether they've improved the 1080p mode or whether they've done more for the 1080p as well as 4K. Absolutely, you will need your external drives, there's no doubt about that. Steering setup, well, this wheel here is a TGT wheel and it's pretty pricey. I think it's, what is it, £700 or something for this particular rig. I mean, it's an expensive business, isn't it, getting all set up on your racing games. If I show you guys a little look at what I look at here, so you can see when I'm playing the games I'm always sitting behind the steering wheel. So I've got you guys chatting there, and then I've got my recording output there, so I can see what's going on. I've got a bright light in my face down there just so you guys can see me, which is a bit of a pain. This isn't the ideal way to play games. If I just pull it back, I just can't see the bottom of the screen. That's the only problem when I race games on here. Hold on, see if I can get you guys up there. Go on, stay there, that's it. Let's get you guys set up. Alright, you're going to be a little bit wonky there now, but that's alright. Let's go into okay, so let's get a custom race first. I suppose Long Beach is a good one to try out, isn't it? Let's pick something that's not ridiculously quick. Let's go into that. Now I can't remember. Let's give it. Yeah, okay, blah blah. Let's give it lots of opponents, just to stress test it a bit, and I don't know what I might have the wrong controller set up for this, so we'll see. We're playing 1080p on this stream. I can't stream at 4K. You would need like a, you know, oh, the camera's moved. You'd need like a, stay there. You'd need like a Virgin Business £100 a month connection to run that. So I'm just going to work on this. We've got some excitement there from Peace Walker, getting moist. Think of the new racing games. Good man. Crank up the 4K. Well, I wouldn't say it's not fair to assess the console running at 1080p, because you need 1080p modes. Not everyone's got a 4K TV, and I think that, you know, you need to have modes like you do on other titles. Gears of War, for example, has a good 1080p mode. So I want to see how it runs. See what the frame rate is like. Now, of course, you're seeing it at 30 frames, and I'm seeing it at 60. It's a bit all over the place in the rain, isn't it? But it's pretty. Bear with me. I've got the assist off here, so it's a bit more challenging. I can't get the car slowed down. Okay, so it's running in wet weather with full field and frame rates surviving. I'd need to test this against the base Xbox One. The actual detail on the cars, the LODs, is quite low, so I would expect it to run well. It's in that sense, I was kind of expecting more from the 1080p. So there's definitely room for improvement in terms of whether we get that in terms of maximising this hardware. I'm so used to playing this with a wheel. It's a challenge to suddenly fit. The car's moving around a lot. It must be the weather conditions. Not handling very well. Wow. This car really does need a couple of assists, but it doesn't matter. So I'm going to have to compare this with the base Xbox to see how it works in terms of 1080p. That's me, he's giving me bump cards, isn't he? Get lost. Over the place in these conditions. Let's try during the day. I didn't want to do that in the rain at night. On the bright side, it was running better. I normally play on the PC version, so traction control. Amazing, it was all over the place in that last car. Let's try it again now. Well, I mean, the frame rate was certainly better there, but I was just seeing there the question there about Ian Bell on the saying on the forum, but visually the car detail's not there with my PC version. I suppose that I could do a comparison between the two on a video. That would probably work well, because you won't see the quality on this stream that I'm seeing. It's certainly looking better in the daylight conditions though, that's for sure. We'll just cruise behind these guys. It really is a traffic jam, isn't it? Well, nobody crashed into turn 1. How about that? There is AI improvements. Can we get through the inside? We can. Snap past that guy. Right, let's see if we can get past these guys. Oh, this car is moving around a lot. Oh goodness. This car doesn't handle as well as some of the others I've used with the controller. So many cars, I'm never going to get past them all. Certainly running nice and smooth. So. Go on. Everyone's bumping into everyone around that corner. What a nightmare. What a melee. Let's try another view, shall we do? Just don't drive from outside the car. We've got to do in car. Do a bit of bumper cam. So low, the bumper cam, which is a shame. This is why bumper cams are not supposed to be at bumper height. This car actually with the controller, it does move around a lot in suspension, so it does feel like it needs an improved setup. I can't drive it like I would with a wheel. It's so frustrating. I will try it with a wheel when I get the TS XW wheel set up again, which I will do shortly. So, smoother, better, running with a full field of cars. Can't complain about that. I was overloading the track with cars intentionally there, just because I want to see it stress test the game a little bit. Let's just have a look at the replays. And again, the replays are running at a frame rate, are they? I'd have to compare it again, because it's running at 30 frames. Again, this is something I'd like to have seen running at 60 frames, you know, when you've got a comparable power option here in terms of, I suppose the equivalent. I know it's much more powerful with GTX 1080, but in terms of maximising hardware, you've got an equivalent power. So it's like Forza Motorsport. I mean, if Forza Motorsport are doing 30, then you know, Project Cars may as well do the same. But I think on this hardware, it'd be nice to see more. Goodness me, that's a bit of a traffic jam there, isn't it? Cost a few million. That's the stream. I think that's the stream. It depends what we're seeing. It's the same thing, but this is running at 30 frames anyway. I mean, it's not like the game. I noticed some tearing in the game, so there's optimization to be done. This isn't using full Xbox One X power. Going up on the inside into the final corner and then just finding no way through. Everybody just stop. Look at that. Oh dear. Oh, that's no good, is it? Back to the McLaren dealership for you. Don't worry, it'll buff out. So there we go, down the start finish straight, diving into turn one. Look at that. Nice to see they modelled the whole environment. I like that. Look at that. A lot of work went into that. Nice depth of field effects there on the replay, standing out more. So overall, it's handling it better, but it's about having lots of cars on screen and maintaining frame rate. That's going to be the thing. So that's a bit of that. Let's try some more circuits. Do older wheels? I would say you'd need to check. I think to work with the Xbox One X, no, G27 wouldn't work. You'd need the G920 from Logitech now, which is identical to the G27, but it works on PC and Xbox. Let's try a different circuit. Let's think of something that slows it down a bit. There's so many courses, you know. I kind of look at all these courses sometimes and think, what am I going to do? I'm going to do bit of let's do a classic in Watkins Glen, shall we? No, we'll do a bit of Sugo, and we'll choose a different car because that car felt like it was all over the place comparatively. Let's just try the GT3. And we're going to reduce the amount of opponents because it was a bit... So it handled the opponents, I think we can all agree. We'll take it down to 20. Knock a few off. 1440p. Yeah, I mean, I'm not... I can't say yet because I'm going to be just running it on the 4K TV in a bit. But right now I'm running in 1080p mode. I personally think it's very important that you have a 4K option and 1080p enhancements as well. You know, because not everyone's got a 4K TV, but they want the performance that this console offers. You know, in terms of, you know, why have shoddy frame rate on your Xbox One version when you can have perfect frame rate on this version? Don't know where the breaking points are. Oh goodness. Yeah, I mean it's definitely running better. So much getting used to the controller when you've been playing it on the wheel all the time. I'm practicing sort of with a live audience. It's always never the same, is it? It's when you can just do a few laps and crash off, learn how it works, and then make a video. Really love the way you hear the traction control kicking on this game. It's a really nice sound effect they've got in there, just so you know, juddering along at those slow speeds and you hear it. This is a really nice circuit. I like this circuit. It's first time I saw it was actually in Ride, the Yamaha test circuit. This is, and I thought it was great in that as well. A few cool videos of me racing around it on the PC version. Slingshot corner there. It's easier to do progressively on the wheel, but. In there, perfect in terms of frame rate. I suppose I'd like to see more detail in the models, the LODs, the resolution. There's still anti-aliasing issues here and there that you just see on some body parts. So return to the race. Let's have a look at the replay. I'm not on a wheel at the moment because I've got the TGT wheel set up at the moment and I'm doing some Gran Turismo videos. So I've got to get the Gran Turismo videos sorted and you know, test some other stuff on the TGT wheel, and then I'm going to swap that over. Swapping wheels over is a pain. They weigh a ton, it takes ages to sort it all out. You know, it's a pain. Where's my violin? Let me just get my violin. Right, where are we now? So looking at the replays. Got the replay here. I'm looking at the replay because I'm essentially just giving a little stress test at 30 frames to see what it looks like. After this, I'll try it on my 4K TV and run a bit on that as well. There will be some non-racing coming up, and then I'll probably give it another half hour or so, and then I'll have a break and have a cup of tea. So replays are looking nice there as ever. Solid. There is a little bit of stream isn't quite as smooth as I'd like it to be. Honestly, it runs a bit better than it does on the stream. Much at lock 30, I think. It's nice that they've got such authentic replays in this game. I mean, that's something they've done very well. You know, cameras at the end of straights, not a camera hovering over the car. So it doesn't have to render the full straight. Now they do. They've got it right. You know, they've got their LODs right. They've got it well put together. There's a lot of work's gone into that. It's definitely the stream that's slowing down, not the game. I do have a wired connection here, but you know, for whatever reason, I can never get great conditions for streaming on this connection. I couldn't say. I couldn't say what wheels are compatible in terms of it. If it's already anything that's compatible with the current Xbox will be compatible, or should be compatible with the Xbox One X. So I would say Thrustmaster. I wouldn't know on the T80. Obviously the TX wheel will work. TX wheel. What else will work? Obviously the TS XW wheel. They're real tongue twisters, these names, aren't they? You know. Let's see. So that's that. Let's return to Race Central. Have a look at something else. We're going to do something else now. We're going to do a different game. Very quick look. So far so good. There's frame rate improvements. We've used maximum field. Everything seems to be improved there. I would still like to see some more improvements myself, just in terms of the detail level, anti-aliasing here and there. But on the whole, there's some tearing as well on Long Beach, but you know, it's still much better in that sense. And we were running it during the rain. So far so good. Let's go back to apps and games. We're going to look at something else. So I'm going to look at is a non enhanced game. I'm going to look at now. I'm going to look at Assetto Corsa. We'll look at Assetto Corsa because it struggled with frame rate at times on the Xbox One version. I just want to see. I don't know if boost mode is just activated, so we'll just have a look. Goodness me, first time seeing me live playing a game since GamerWare, PGR2, that's right, goodness. Yeah, so for those that don't know, I used to do a budget TV show some 14 years ago, and we were playing, what was it, Project Cars 2 at launch on the new Xbox Live at the time. It was still pretty new. Project Gotham Racing 2 and Rainbow Six 3 were the two main titles that. Well, just that JAB1 was just mentioning there. Thanks, guys. I'll look into it being on PS4 this generation. I've been on PS4 this generation. You know, now we're drive. Yeah, just drive. A quick race. Ferrari. Nah. Let's change the car. Nah, I'm sure we have that car. Barcelona. Cool one then. Let's just try. It's probably really hard to opponent level medium. Shall we? Just have a competitive bundle. How many can we have? 15 opponents. Let's take it down to 2 laps. Have it at race time. 2 PM. Shall we do? Assists on, please. Good. This is more of a graphical test than a driving test. Wait till I get my wheel set up for that again. It is nice to see a comment section where people are nice to each other. My goodness me, I mean, you see so much abuse for people on YouTube, but that's because I think okay, so Wayne there's just saying the boost mode is automatic. Well, great. I mean, let's see how this works. I think that, like you say, it's not just about the enhanced games, it's about games that aren't enhanced as well. And according to Digital Foundry, the know-alls of everything, I know Richard and the crew, so I will write a strongly worded letter if I don't see improvement. Okay, so I'm getting a rock solid 60 frames. Oh no, there was some. It was just like stuttering rather than frame rate drop. Stuttering on that corner. You know, I've actually got to concentrate on the oh, I'm getting hit. Nice scumbag. Right. played Assetto Corsa with the controller. I've always been playing it with the wheel, so this is going to take a few calls to get on top of it. So it's very difficult to determine. Oh goodness me! Yeah, it's just very sensitive. It's very difficult to determine what is actually different. I'll need to actually go back to the Xbox One base hardware and then compare the two. In this section, there's a bit of screen tearing going on. So I'll have to compare to see what the frame rate is like. Because often when you race some of these tracks with just a couple of cars on here, it runs okay, and then as soon as you have the full field, so much wheel spin, amazing, so much performance. I can't imagine what it's like in a car like this, you know, that sort of performance, that sort of G-force. So by now you'd be fearing for your life, you know, you're going towards a wall and then you're hitting the brakes. It's very different when you're actually in these cars driving. Concentrate a bit more on this. It's with the controller in particular. As soon as you squirt the power on, it really starts moving around a lot. So just gotta wait for it to settle down. There, I put the power down, suddenly the car sort of lost control. So you just got to be patient. That's the way forward on this. So if I was doing like practice, you know, I'd say do yourself 5 laps and you'd get the hang of it, and then restart and you'd have a much better race. And that's it. There's always that sort of ending on Assetto Corsa games where it's like end, that's it, it's like that's your lot. Do I get a replay? Have a look at the replay. There we are, a bit of a replay, just to see what that looks like. I didn't look at the rear view mirror, I confess. Let's see how we... Well, I might do more live streams. I mean, if I can get this all set up right and people enjoy it and want to see some more. I mean, in future I'll be doing live streams with the wheel. So, you know, at least I can actually drive properly, do the Gran Turismo stuff. Probably you'll see me doing some online Gran Turismo races. Because I think that'd be fun live watching it rather than just pre-recorded stuff. Also, people get to see, they get to see you, you know, learning, making mistakes, stuff like that. So, in terms of running, I mean, I think these are running a bit better as well. The whole game is running better. Just a shame that we can't get, you know, that Assetto Corsa aren't able to come back and add the full PC experience to this, because now with this much power, you could get, you know, a lot more than this. Mad Hatter's here as well. Well, Mad Hatter, you mentioned about streaming the other day. Streaming, because that's what everyone's doing now, isn't it? People aren't watching edited videos anymore. I did put up a video earlier of me driving a Porsche, which was great fun, I wish the instructor would just be quiet for a second. I could just do some driving, but other than that, it was good fun actually racing that car. And he was very patient as well. You know, it really is a learning experience. It's not like a video game where you can crash off. You know, in real life, you've got to be very progressive, build speed slowly. You know, go through the corner at 20 and then 25 and then 30. And when you put the foot down, you really do feel that blast of power. But it's the braking where you really feel these cars. I mean, you hit the brakes and you just, it's like a punch in the gut. You're like, oh. If any of you have done your driving test, in your driving test, or say when you're doing your lessons, you do an emergency stop, maybe at 30 mile an hour, and you do the emergency stop and you go like that in your car. Now imagine doing that 150 mile an hour, which is what we were doing in the Porsche. 150 mile an hour emergency brakes. So that's the replay. I love the way it just, everything is so abrupt in Assetto Corsa. Let's escape out of that. And we'll have a look at another circuit. Quick race. Change track. Black County always runs okay, but let's try. I haven't done any of the Highlands ones. Let's just do Brands Hatch for a second. Change car. Let's do that. We'll have the maximum amount of opponents. We'll just go with that. Console at the moment. Well, people want to know console noise. At the moment, it's really quiet. I mean, when it's on, just idling, you know, or downloading or doing stuff on the dashboard, I would say it's completely silent. In fact, it just doesn't make any noise at all. There's a very low level hum to it, I guess. Very low indeed. I mean, it's very quiet console. So in that sense, no problem with the noise from the console at all, you know. But then again, I've got to run more games on it, you know. The funny thing about these games consoles is you might run a lot of games and they're okay, and then suddenly you run something like Gears of War and suddenly it turns into an engine in the corner or something. So let's try a bit of this. Assetto Corsa. My controller settings are definitely too sensitive. I need to dial these down. It's way too sensitive for me, but you can see by the way I'm turning there, just a little turn, and can't get the car where I want it at all. Ah, so infuriating. It's funny actually, I mean, because I used to play obviously games like Race Pro with a controller years ago, but this is a bit too sensitive in terms of control. Turn the wheel a little bit and it goes all the way. This guy is hard on me, isn't he? Look, he's trying to take me, look my outside here. Brake now. Going round and looking through his grip. Nothing, I've got no answer. No answer from me to that kind of power. So frustrating. Try and close up on this guy. Come on, it's not going to happen, is it? I've just not got the performance. So sensitive. It is amazing when you're standing there with the speed the cars come past you here. And that's where Johnny Herbert had his massive crash there years ago. Oh, someone's taken me out. Didn't know he was there. Oh well. It'll damage my car or something now. Or whether I'm just being rubbish because I've got dirt on my tyres. And that's that. That's a nice last place finish. It's going well up until then. I blame Johnny Herbert. Okay, so... Okay, lovely abrupt ending to that, and a bit of replay. Why not? Let's have a bit of replay. So yeah, I wasn't able to get the handling there with the controller as I wanted it. Assetto Corsa, let's face it, if you're playing Assetto Corsa, get a wheel. It's made for a wheel, isn't it? So it's a bit twitchy with the control pad. Yeah. Project Cars 2 Fishtail, someone's saying there. They do have very bouncy suspension in Project Cars, and I think it depends on the setup they've got for the cars. Some cars handle better than others, whereas in Gran Turismo I find they're quite well tuned across the board. I'm going to talk a bit about that because people have asked me what it was like driving the Porsche and then playing it on Forza Motorsport. And I'm going to talk a bit about that, comparing it to different racing games. I'll save that for the video. It's always good to have those experiences, That's why I often say on these videos, like when I'm playing a rally game, yes, I've been in rally cars, I've driven them, but I can't say that I've driven them on the limit, but I've driven them at a reasonably quick speed. I always say that if you're going to a racing car, make sure you put your foot down. Just do it. Get over any fears you have for whatever you're doing, and just go through the gears and do it, and have faith in yourself. When you hit the brakes, you'll be able to control whatever happens at the other end. And generally, that's where it comes from. It's just people get flustered when things are happening. You can't do that. You've got to remain focused on the job at hand, which is just slowing the car down, and getting it into the corner nice and early, and listening to your co-driver, your driving instructors when you go out on these courses. He's telling you what you need to do. There we go. So I wasn't aware that car was there, and obviously that's the one problem with having a TV screen and no mirrors. I might try a GT Sport race. I can't say yet. I mean, we'll see if I've got time, but I think why not? I think you need to do a lot of laps, really understand how to maximise your speed in terms of gearing for each corner. So if you know that you can be equal to the best players on some sections, then it's just working on the corners where you're slow, and that's all you need to do. And if you want to be good at these things, you'll often find that there's one or two corners where you're slow. For example, on Forza Motorsport, you can have traction control on, but if you get yourself into third gear, the traction control doesn't kick in, stuff like that. There's lots of little techniques to maximising your performance. Let's see. So we'll back out of that. hoping that, I see Bugs there, hoping the, have I tried Ride 2 on the X? I haven't yet. I don't know if I have Ride 2 on the X actually, but I've, yeah, do I have it on the Xbox? I don't know. I think I've got it for PlayStation, Ride 2, but that's a good call. I think knowing Milestone, they will usually just knock it to 4K. You know, so if it's 30 frames per second on the base unit, it'll be 30 frames on here as well. I don't think they're going to go back and change it all for that. Let's see what. Let's go back to apps and games. So let's see what we've got here. These are Xbox One games. We've got Halo. There's part of me that just wants to play Daytona USA, really, because I just want to. I just think we need a bit of Daytona in our lives. Let's have a look at Daytona for no reason other than it's there. Whenever you see Daytona, you've just got to play it. It's just a rule. It is the rule. And we have our nice little Xbox 360 intro there as well. Load up screen, which is nice. Okay, this was unexpected. It's got to sign me into old school Xbox Live. And so you just got me for company now and a nice loading screen. So this probably means that the stream is going to get really slow. So, because it's doing the streaming and downloading, never good. How does Daytona look on the Xbox One X? Well, I think this is the most important game of the night, isn't it? My goodness. Actually, wouldn't it be nice to see this running in 4K? I think that's something that would be nice. I'd love to see games like this running in 4K. Glorious. Nice solid polygons. Look at that high res. Oh goodness. What's all that about? Come on. It runs at 4K on the emulator. Damn, I need to look at that. I mean, that's nice and high res. That's nice and high res. Let's look at the start screen. Come on. This will probably get down votes. I just know the down votes are going to start coming in. Like, what's this dude doing? Why is he not looking at Halo? Alright. Come on, let's go into it because it's taking ages. Yeah. There we are. I see. Look at that! Wow! Xbox One X power. Got that singing. Awesome. Awesome. Let's have a quick go then.
Please select the race course.
Advanced.
Please choose manual or manual.
Gentlemen, start your engines.
Oh no, what's the second? Didn't know what the buttons were then. And how do we change view? Oh goodness me, what's the view change? Oh, I see. Oh, okay. Do you know what, we're going to need a restart now, because that's no good. We're going to have a restart, I can't be having that. There's no restart option there, you've got to go load back up. Okay, whatever. Advanced. Manual.
Gentlemen, start your engines.
Just so many moody people watching this now, saying, "What's he doing with an Xbox One X playing Daytona USA?" That was a terrible start, by the way. Well, I'm happy to report that it runs at 60 frames per second as it did on the Xbox 360. Hasn't aged a day, has it? Look at it, brilliant. Feel the heat, feel the heat. Oh, get out of the way, you scum. Oh God. Oh, got hit. Oh God. This is a disaster. Oh no. That doesn't normally happen. Alright, we're going to have to see if we can close up now. Good thing about this game is that it actually has a boost. So it doesn't matter how far back you finish, look how you zoom past them, see? Sliding with the controller. The worst lap of my life. Let's do it properly now. Car got right in my way then. You know what I'm really struggling with is the manual gears. It's I've been using manual gears, one shift up and down. Here you've got all 4 buttons to a gear. Got to restart this. It's terrible. Get my own first. Much luck with the AI cars, am I?
White flag is out.
It's more like it.
Final lap.
Should be doing 42-second laps, by the way. That's what you should be doing. Just a bit rusty after not playing it for a long time. Well, how about that? What a miracle! What a miracle! Miracle comeback. Couple of good laps at the end. Finally got the old skills together. So I'm happy to report that Daytona USA works on the Xbox One X. There you go. It was muscle memory, I tell you. There's muscles in these fingers, I tell you. Too many years of playing. Do you know? Actually, I don't know. Actually, I've not tried my Xbox wheel on this. It's worth trying, isn't it? See if the TSXW wheel works with the rally rim add-on.
Now, list your
name.
Other champion.
Nice and easy. Got to have that at the end, haven't you? V. It's always cool the way it says your name or whatever. Okay, so let's take a look at something else then. What would you guys like to see? We've got Redout here. Let's have a look at Redout because it's a racing game. It's an indie game. I know a lot of you probably won't be as bothered by this, but it's really nice guys who developed this game. Really cool. It's the closest thing to Wipeout on the Xbox. They are doing a patch for this, by the way. This is pre-patch. It's not enhanced yet. So you're just seeing this running with boost mode rather than patched. Got never-ending loading. Come on. That's it. Now I haven't unlocked much on this one because I've been playing the PC version. Oh, they're all bloody locked. It's a shame because I want to show you guys Neptune, which is kick ass amazing. I've not tried that one yet, but let's just go into Cairo anyway. They're all locked. I've got to unlock them all, haven't I? So you're only going to see the slow ships. Alright, let's just try it anyway. Well, in terms of downloads, Legion is not happy that I'm playing Redout. Sorry, Legion. We've done some of the other games. We will. Let me know what games you'd like to see that you've seen there. Let me know if there's ones you'd like to see. I don't know which ones you guys want to see. Xbox owners have fast internet. I had to download 750 gig to get this all sorted. So, because I had to download the games.
1, go.
Nah, this isn't running. This isn't running at the. Yeah, this needs. I'd turn off the blur, but the frame rate is not there yet, so it needs a patch for sure. It's not running at the 60 frames that it would on the PS4 or. Don't know whether they've got it locked to 30 on this or what. Get used to it again, haven't you? After. So I'm going to leave this game because they haven't, obviously it hasn't had the patch yet, so I'm just point in doing too much on that. I'll go back now to take a look at Gears of War 4. Let's have a look at that then. Oh, Gears of War 4, yeah. Yep, locked at 30 frames, so it's still locked at 30. Shall we have a look at Gears? Let's see what we got here. Let's have a look at COD for a second. Let's do a bit of COD. Now again, I had a quick go on COD. Very quick go on COD. I can tell you guys that in 4K, with HDR and all that business, whatever it is, I don't even know, but it was all very impressive. You know, it was really impressive running in 4K mode on my screen. Whatever resolution it runs at, I've no idea. It's COD, isn't it? It always looks good. Join the fight. Come on. All of that looks amazing in 4-player. Let's see. And Call of Duty says not patch release. It is. Well, it certainly is Xbox One enhanced for me. So I've got an Xbox One enhanced update. Restart. Oh, there's another update now as well. So there we go. But no, for me it's already enhanced. You have a separate tab, which I showed everybody earlier, which shows you your enhanced games. Okay, that's fine, that's done then. Yeah. That means there's already cheaters online, already identified. Assetto Corsa, it ran better. I wouldn't say it's not perfect. I would like to see it running perfect, but it's certainly better than it was. I think what it needs is a comparison, really. I think it'd be worth me running a comparison, looking with Xbox One original hardware and the Xbox One S. I think there's certainly a few I need to prepare in the next week or so. I mean, there's no doubt the power of this machine is amazing. It's just a matter of, you know, developers taking time to use it. It could take a little while to oh, I don't want to deal with that business. What's the point in all the supply drop stuff? Okay. Okay, let's just do a walk. Let's do a bit of this. I know we do racing games, but I'm doing a couple of other games because, you know, I suppose in a way I look at the stream as the stream is a fun thing for me to do. It's you know, it's not like the standard racing content. You know, I play a lot of these types of games. I mean, I play as the guys who know me now. I play FPS games all the time, basically. So I'm not good at them, but I enjoy them. Okay, so let's. I don't really know what gun I want to start with.
Protect our fuel! They're trying to take B! Keep the Germans from stealing our fuel for their town!
Oh, this isn't good.
Trees!
Oh. What about this? What's this like? He's trying to shoot me.
The crowds have stolen B!
Oh no, he's alright. Got him with a grenade, but
Oh,
I thought I had another grenade. Haven't got the right gun. I'll change my loadout. Let's try it. Let's try it. What's the one that I liked the other day?
They've taken B!
Let's try this one. Oh, I took too long.
Grab A! I got him! We stole back A!
Oh, this is no good for me. I want my sights. Can't have this. Okay, so we got a better gun now.
The Germans are trying to steal Baker! Keep our fuel safe!
It's lagging quite a bit while I'm running the stream here as well. That's not helping me.
Look to the road! Man down! The Germans have Baker! Krauts were able to steal enough fuel to keep their tanks moving. We have one more chance to stop them. Airdrop incoming! Keep the Krauts from escorting their tank across long enough for us to destroy the bridge and halt their advance. The German tank is advancing! Stop it!
Oh, bloody hell.
The tank is on the move! Kill its escort!
Oh well, never mind. Ran out of bullets just at the wrong time.
Retreating. Keep up the pressure!
Love the lag though, don't you? Just the way you pump like lots of bullets into them and they never die. So I guess you're going to be asking me some questions. Yeah, I mean obviously I'm waiting to play and oh god.
The German tank is advancing! Stop it!
Oh, didn't know he was over there.
Enemy tank is on the move!
So I'm loving this. I think I'm enjoying COD for what it's worth. I mean I've got to get used to it. Well, I killed him anyway. Tank gun guy got me. They're going to come down there eventually. This is a fun mode. I like this mode. I just don't want to get shot by the guy in the tank.
The German tank is advancing! Stop it!
Oh god, taking the hits. Yeah, he's dead now anyway.
That's one
Just
bridge
the second
down.
I kill him.
Hold the line long enough for
Or he
us to
kills
destroy
me.
the last bridge. Shoot the escort by
Oh,
the
they're over
tank.
here.
Enemy tank is on the move! Kill its escort! Taking fire! Their tank is advancing! There! Near the truck! The German tank is advancing! Stop it! Destroy the tank escort!
Oh bloody hell! I'm really. in trouble there, wasn't I? I'm not doing very well here. I'm just.
Throw a grenade! Their tank is advancing!
There! In the trucks!
Let me get down here.
The German tank is advancing! Stop it! In 2 minutes we'll be
Ah,
ready to destroy the bridge!
he knew I was there. I hate that.
Enemy tank is on the move! Kill its escort!
I'm dead. I'm dead. I'm in the open. Nothing I can do. Getting shot from all sides now. It's over this game anyway. It's nearly back there. Anyway, Call of Duty. I've been playing a bit of this. I've enjoyed this immensely, actually. This is the sort of game that, you know, I just learn the maps, and once I've played it for a bit. The problem with Call of Duty is when everyone's been playing it for the last sort of 4 days, and everyone's playing it for a few days, and then you come on it and everybody knows the maps, and you're
The tank is backing up!
bloody grenade.
Their tank is advancing! 1 minute left! The tank's retreating! Keep up the pressure! We got a man down! Enemy tank is pulling back! They fire on the infantry by the tank!
Goodness. Where was my team?
German tank is advancing! Stop it! 30 seconds left!
Watch the bridge!
Enemy tank is on the move! Kill its escort! We've lost! The Germans
well,
were able to advance
that was
into
that.
the bridge!
No, I've still got to unlock all my guns. The big problem with Call of Duty is when you start off with just like the stock gun. Once you unlock all the different guns, as you guys know, I like this gun that's it's a bit like an AK-47, but you can get a sight for it, and it has just the right feedback for me. It's not too quick, it's just right. But I have to die like 100 times just to unlock that gun, and then when I unlock it, yeah, well then I can enjoy the game. It's like that on all FPS games though, isn't it? You've got to unlock the good gun. So I'm gonna finish off this stream soon, so I'm gonna escape this game as well. I've been playing the single player campaign as well, which is impressive. Oh look, wow. Mega upgrades from that game. Oh look, lots of unlocks as well, including a sight. Brilliant. That's what I need for all guns. Alright then. So, going to escape that. Yep, leave lobby for that. So I'll come back to that another time. And now we're just going to go back to games and apps. And we're going to have a last look at something now. What would you guys like a last look at now? Anything in particular that you guys would like a look at? Yeah, I mean these with HDR would look great on my HDR screen. It's a bit of a pain recording HDR videos because they're absolutely huge basically to upload as well. Gears of War? Alright, let's take a look at Gears of War. Or P-Cars. Gears of War. Have a Gears of War then. You know what, I haven't played Gears of War for like 8 years, so you know, don't expect I'm just going to go online and get annihilated or something. And just try this. I've got your questions, which is what I'm reading here. Well, just bugs there. I don't know. I mean, it comes under the Xbox One enhanced list now. It didn't before, so that's all I know on COD. Let's have a look at Gears of War, which already looks lovely there in 1080p, doesn't it? Really nice. Can I get daily rewards just for coming online? I feel kind of bad going onto a versus game because I'm just going to be that noob who doesn't know where anyone is. I've never played this. I just want to let's go into it. I know I'm just gonna just do King of the Hill. At least if I do King of the Hill, I can just throw myself in there and die constantly. How do I? So I've just got to wait, I guess, now. Project Cars 2 verdict. Better, yeah, well, better than the standard Xbox, but not quite where I'd like it to be. That's my feeling on it so far. I would like to have seen a PC version, frankly. I mean, when you think about it, it's more powerful than a lot of PCs, and it would have been nice to have seen that. See, it's the reason why it's struggling here is because I've got 0 skill rating, so it doesn't want to pair me with people. In which case I'm going to have to go away from this, complete the one-player game, and then do a stream of it. I think that'd be better. Alright, we're going to leave this for a minute. It's not going to have it. Yeah, it's not going to have it. I'll have to come back and do a quick campaign on that. I haven't done anything on it yet. Right, let's have one last look at something then. Last look at game that we started with. I guess we'll look at Forza Motorsport 7 as well. So going back into, to finish off, there we are again with our lovely Xbox One X enhanced intro. We're just going to a single race, and what I'm going to take a look at is Long Beach. So select car. Let's choose something sort of racy, shall we? Actually, we could do the McLaren that we did earlier, just as a bit of a comparison. We can do a little comparison then with what we saw earlier on Project Cars. I am lucky to get those games for free. I mean, it's a privilege to get those games for free, you know. It was a nice surprise. But it, you know, on the other hand, it helps me do my job. You know, I mean, that's the thing. You know, you're in it to test all the new games and buying all the new equipment, cameras. It's very expensive keeping up, because people have quite high expectations of YouTube these days. You know, so many channels, but we don't all have the same budget. You know, we're competing with big media organisations that have enormous production budgets and staff. And so let's see this is like. And start race, and away we go. Rolling start. Quite dark this time of day here. So performance-wise, oh goodness, as all the cars stop. I mean, that's no good, is it? Obviously, it's a traffic jam into turn 1 there, but it's very solid, you know, performance-wise in comparison. Goodness, that's no good, is it? I mean, the car in Project Cars 2 is, you know, it's quite bouncy in the way it moves. Here it's much more planted. But the car in Project Cars 2 communicates to you better in terms of power and control. You know, here the car just starts to understeer, and then you just feel powerless to really do anything about it, you know. You drive it completely differently. I mean, that's the one thing I noticed when I'm sort of moving between all these driving games. It's just you get used to one, and then you get into another one. It's entirely different. Like there, the car just wasn't happening, was it? Completely different braking points compared to Project Cars 2 earlier. It does understeer a lot. Let's just restart. Now I've got a rough idea on the braking. Cars are very slow into apexes, aren't they? I noticed that in terms of the way they drive anyway, you can't carry speed into the apex. Oh goodness me, not really much we were going to do there. Still getting used to the speed in those corners. You know, nice detail on the car model, you know, nice level of detail there. Getting a lot of understeer there. You really want to be close to that. You sort of accelerate into the wall basically and use the accelerator to push you wide there. That's where you'll get better lap times. I'm braking way too late here. Oh dear, let's just rewind, shall we? I don't use this feature, but whatever, it just saves a horrible moment, doesn't it? Yep. It feels very slow in the slow corners, that's the difference in terms of sort of speed sensitivity. Another lap to go. Very different experience to Project Cars. Feel like you have to go much slower into the corners, wait an age to get on the power comparatively. Getting better every time though. Lap. So yeah, it's a very different sort of feel, isn't it, Forza Motorsport, in terms of it doesn't feel as natural in terms of the whole way it works, but it, you know, some people love it, you know, they like this sort of more basic feeling for the controller. There's no doubt it's easier to play with a controller. I think this is one of those games where I'd actually rather play with a controller than a wheel. And there we are, finally. That felt like a long race, didn't it? Okay, so see the replay here, and then we will call it a day on this stream. Just look at some of your comments there, because I can't read and drive, unfortunately. It's takes a bit of concentration. So try an online race. I might do, not right now though. Right now I'm going to call it a day, and time for get a bite to eat, and let's see. Yeah, I hope to do more streams. I mean, today's been a sort of learning curve really in terms of what's what, you know, and I don't have Battlefield 1 at the moment, but I suppose I could sort it with EA access. Mark, thanks for that. Yeah, oh yeah, I know viewers wise it's always weird. I mean, like you say, VVV, it's, you know, we get a lot of viewers from the racing community, but we don't get millions of subscribers. Generally a lot of the people that watch the channel are a bit older, and they're just not as inclined to subscribe to it all as younger viewers basically, which is a weird one, but you know, it's the same with these streams as well. It really does depend what type of game you stream. I think if you were streaming Need for Speed right now, you'd probably get tons more viewers basically, because it just appeals to that younger audience. Also, I'm going to look at possibly trying to stream on Twitch as well at some point, just to see how it works on Twitch and Facebook, to see if it brings on more viewers, stuff like that, and doing more sort of online racing with a wheel, so you guys see a bit of the Gran Turismo, sort of me racing around and doing a bit of that. But as for this, yeah, I mean, like I said earlier, it's a shame that these replays don't run at 60 frames. I would have liked to have seen that. I don't think any of these games use the Xbox One X to its potential. This certainly isn't. Project Cars 2 isn't yet. At least I don't think it is. I mean, if my GTX 780, it's not really much more different to that in terms of performance I'm seeing. So, yes, you've got a smooth frame rate. You've got various improvements and details, but there's still some tearing. There's still some anti-aliasing and LOD issues there. But I thought Motorsport always is sort of solid in general. But I think that's it for now then, guys. I hope you've enjoyed the stream, and do let me know what you liked or didn't like, or what you'd like to see in the future and stuff like that. Would you like this to be a regular occurrence? Let me know when the video goes up online. But that's it from me for now. I'm going to find my mouse, and I'm going to say goodbye and more soon. So see you all very soon.